All right. What's going on, Finks? My name is Christian Blackman. I am a fairly new Rat Fink artist from McCall, Idaho. And yeah, bummed we're not all getting together in person right now, but I think this is kind of a cool thing that got going this year, and I'm happy to participate. So I'm going to try and keep it somewhat short so Layne doesn't have to go through hours of this. All right, so let's start it off. I guess I'll show you my panel first. I got my Rat Fink Reunion 2020 panel. This is going up on the auction site. If you guys have checked out the Facebook, there's some awesome art up there. You guys are doing some cool stuff, so can't wait to see what else comes along and what I can maybe afford. Some of the prices on there are jumping pretty quick, which is awesome. Good for you guys. Okay, so let's dive into the questions here. Number one, if you could talk to Ed right now, what would you say or ask? I mean, if I could actually meet Big Daddy in person, I probably wouldn't be able to say anything for the first little bit. I never got to meet him, and I think I'd be a little speechless. But you know, after that, and I actually, if that wore off and I got to have a conversation with him, I think it'd be really cool to hear his thoughts and kind of perspective on where he thinks the industry is going, or just kind of this realm in general, all the creatives and all the all the custom painters and custom builders and hot rodders and just everything. A lot of stuff's changed. Electric cars, electric bikes, people leasing and not buying vehicles, people buying and not building vehicles. So. I think there's still a lot of avenues to be explored, but it is changing, and it would be interesting to see what he thought of the last 20 years of change and where he thought it was going. So yeah. Number two, what was your favorite reunion memory? Mine would probably, like a lot of people, would have to be the first reunion I went to. I went first time I think it was 2015, 16, maybe. Anyway, it was one. It was one of those years, and yeah, it was just. I remember getting down. I kind of knew what it was, and I'd been meaning to. I've been trying to go. I finally got down there, and just mind blowing. Just the people that you meet, the names that you see, or like the artists that you get to see work, the people that, that I've seen all their work. I've idolized a lot of their talents and techniques, and then you get to see it in person. You get to talk to them. You get to actually start, building relationships with some of these, and it's just mind blowing. And then being there and with everybody, I don't know, how do you describe that? That first reunion is something else. I think that's probably the same for everybody, but yeah, for me that would be my favorite reunion memory. The donut burger from Miller's or tamales from Layne's. I'm gonna say this: I've had the shakes from Miller's. I eyeballed that burger and couldn't pull the trigger, and I'm so ashamed to say I haven't been to Layne's yet. I know I've heard it from everybody, and that was actually we were making a point to make that our first meal this year, because I hadn't been next year, but or last year. But I guess we'll have to wait until next year and just order double. And definitely do the tamales. Number four, what is your favorite Rat Fink reunion event? For me, again, the whole week. I don't know. The entire. I mean, from the time you pack up the rig to truck down to Utah until you're back. That whole week is just it's just an event. It's awesome. I think the car show is pretty special. Getting to see kind of that type of a show with those type of people and everybody mingling, and the artist gets to watch working, and the auction, and it's kind of the wrap up, and the car show is pretty special. I think for the first time attendees, like I was, that first reunion, I think that the tour of the house was pretty surreal. Being there and just getting to see his house, the house and the friends and the art and the stories and all that stuff is quite the introduction to everything. And so yeah. Number five, what brings you to the reunion every year? You guys. I mean, honestly, it's you get to kind of see and participate in everything once, and then know, that's kind of, you know what you're getting into, but being able to go down and actually interact with all of you and see all of you and see all the work and the art and the just the hugs and high fives and everything, you know, it's just, I mean, yeah, it's the community, the family. That's what brings me back every year, and that's going into number 6. That's what I'm looking forward to the most next year is getting back into that. Being able to see you all in person and see all your beautiful faces and give you hugs and high fives and hang out and watch you work and try and pick my jaw up off the floor half the time when I'm seeing tips and techniques, and yeah, so definitely looking forward to it next year. Favorite item in the museum? For me, it's one of the more prominent ones. It would have to be the wall, or the display of all the silk screens from when Ed used to do shirts and stuff. For me, that was kind of a cool thing to see the first time I went in there. I had just gotten done. I was running a shirt shop for a while. I had a small operation shirt, and I was doing screen printing and embroidery, and it was because I didn't know what else to do at the time. I had a green graphic design, and I didn't want to go work for a firm. I'd kind of gotten out of the automotive space, and I was just trying to figure out what to do. And I was like, well, you know, that was kind of part of it. Let's go check out shirts for a bit, and I did that, and kept me floating for a bit, and I enjoyed it. But anyway, I always kind of felt, once I saw that, felt a little bit of a connection there, and I thought that was pretty cool. So probably my favorite item. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's it. And yeah, bummer we don't get to do this in person, but pretty excited they got us at least somewhat connected digitally, and yeah, excited to see what comes out with the car show and the art auction. And yeah, until next year, you know, much love to everybody, and we'll catch you in Manti in 2021. All right.